Hi, I'm Jackie Knowles of Glassword Pixie, partnering with Oceanside Glass and Tile to bring you this instructional Fusing Fundamentals video series. This is lesson 6, where I'll teach you how to properly clean your glass prior to firing to ensure you avoid things like devitrification and unsightly spots that can ruin an otherwise pristine project. One of the most frustrating issues fusers face is devitrification, also called Devit, which produces a cloudy, whitish, sometimes spotty-looking haze on the surfaces of freshly fired pieces. In severe cases, it can even result in a slightly rough texture. Devit is the growth of small crystalline structures within or on the surface of glass. It can look like a dirty coating that can just be wiped away, but since it's actually a physical change in the glass from an amorphous structure to a crystalline structure, there's no amount of scrubbing that will remove it. Devit can be caused by contamination on the surface of the glass that stimulates this crystal growth. Some of the most common contaminants include oil from fingertips or from glass cutters, residue from markers, stickers, or glues, and compounds from shelf papers burnt off during firing or left over from previous firings. This is why cleaning glass prior to firing is such an important part of the fusing process. However, Devit can also be caused by holding glass too long within the temperature range at which it's vulnerable to crystal growth. This is referred to as the Devit zone, and is generally considered any temperature above 1350 degrees Fahrenheit. To clean your glass, you'll first need to choose a cleaning agent. You might already have some cleaning products in your home that can work, but it's best to pick ones that are free of dyes and scents, as these can actually further contaminate your glass and trigger Devit. I prefer to use a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and distilled white vinegar in my studio, as that's given me the best results. But you can experiment with soaps and other cleaners to find the mix that works for you. Keep in mind that if you use tap water to clean your glass, it can come along with minerals or other components that could induce Devit. Also be aware that opalescent glasses are more prone to Devit than transparents. So when testing cleaners, it may be wise to try them out on opalescent samples. You'll also need cloths to apply the cleaning agents. Cotton or microfiber ones work well. Remember that just like with soap, detergents and softeners may contain dyes and perfumes that can trigger Devit, so be aware of what your glass cleaning cloths have been washed with. Lastly, I recommend that once your glass is ready to be cleaned and fired, you only handle it while wearing gloves. Just be sure that they don't have powder-coated insides that could leave residue on the glass. To begin the cleaning process, start by removing any obvious contaminants, like residue from stickers, marker lines, or grinding tools. After you've finished, set aside the cloth you used, since continued contact with this cloth could reintroduce those same contaminants back onto the glass. Ground edges are more prone to Devit since they have tiny crevices that can trap debris, so pay them special attention. When cleaning pieces with heavily ground edges, you may even want to soak them in the cleaning agent before further wiping them down, as that can sometimes allow for better release of contaminants. Soaking can also be an effective way to clean any small bits of accessory glass, if your project has any. After this optional bath, grab a fresh cloth and apply more cleaner to all sides and edges of the glass. Use the new cloth to buff and wipe it off. Then repeat this process with every piece of the project. Once all pieces are thoroughly cleaned, you can transfer the project to the kiln and begin firing. If there are non-glass materials in the kiln, like fiber paper, glues, or refractory molds, vent the lid slightly to allow the fumes from these materials to escape so they can't trigger Devit. If your project requires multiple firings, re-clean the piece in between each, being sure to thoroughly remove any residue from fiber paper or shelf primer that may be stuck to the bottom or edges of the glass. Keep in mind that every time glass is refired, the chances for it to devitrify increase, since it's spending additional time in the Devit zone. So projects that undergo multiple firings will be more Devit prone. As a best practice, always clean your glass immediately before firing it, since letting it sit out leaves it vulnerable to recontamination. If you absolutely must wait to fire, cover it with a clean cloth to keep it protected. Maintaining a clean studio is also a key factor in preventing Devit. Keep your studio well ventilated and vacuum frequently, ideally with a shop vac equipped with a HEPA filter, in order to keep potential contaminants at a minimum. If you continue to see Devit on your projects even after thoroughly cleaning them, see Supplemental Lesson B of this series, titled Common Fusing Issues and Solutions. There, I go into more detail on how you can try altering your firing schedules to avoid Devit, and the ways you can correct Devit once it's already occurred without having to redo your entire project. Following the cleaning procedures I've just gone over should leave your fired pieces with whichever finish you've intended and without any signs of Devit. Up next in Lesson 7, I'll cover the different materials you can use to prepare a kiln shelf or a mold and how to apply each one.